Excuse me. I'm Javon, and I help women, especially women who are in the business space, go from feeling like I wish somebody would to um, feeling calm and centered in their decision making. It's a way to take back emotions and emotional stability. And I typically share all the things that I know about healing and emotional growth. And today I want to talk to you all about uh, what I know about what it's like to feel like I am too busy to focus on myself or too busy to take time for myself, and why that's the perfect time to start healing, to start working on myself, right? So, first, I did want to let you know that I'm super excited to announce this because this is something that I've been working on for a while. So, you see me now coming live to you from the loading dock behind me. Let me see if I can actually get a little bit more. Yeah. So, behind me, right over here, is the Shift Starship. So this is something that I've been working on for now probably like a couple months, and I'm excited to share this because this is a part of that creative energy that really does help to center you. And I mean, who doesn't like to bring fun to their activities, to bring fun to business and that? And for me, being a business owner hasn't always been fun, at least not the business side of it. So, of course, since I've had clients, I've been down, right? Like, let's go. Like, I love working with my clients. Outside of that, though, in the business space, it wasn't always fun. Even this, creating content like this didn't feel super fun, right? I don't know if y'all have been watching, if you have watched any of my last live streams, and this is an excuse for y'all to go back and watch them, at least for a little bit. Uh, they didn't really look that fun. I wasn't having a whole lot of fun, and I don't always talk about a topic that is looked at as fun, right? Um, and so, uh, I haven't been able to have, or it's not that I haven't been able to have a whole lot of fun. I just haven't been having it. And this I very much enjoy building. So this Shift Starship that y'all see right here, I've been having the time of my life building. And on site, right inside of this starship, is a place for women who are on autopilot, you know, who are moving through their lives, just responding, reacting to everything that's going on, reacting to their children, to the weather, to um, their partners, to waking up in the morning in the same way every day and just get drained by that, right? Like stuck in this hamster wheel of emotions to where, stuff is going on and it's like it's coming at you and you can't do anything about it. You can't control what comes out of you. Um, and that feeling, that sense of lack of control, is what we focus on, dialing back, creating space to do something different, to say something different, to act differently. And sometimes, actually, most of the time, that involves not acting at all. And on this Shift Starship, there is a free experience, and that link will be in the comment section as soon as I end this live stream. For anybody who wants to go and take a look at it, it is a very interactive experience. And there are some like little side quests inside that I'll be adding throughout the week. So you guys might want to check back on that. And they're super short videos and stuff like that. Really easy to do exercises, but super powerful. And I hope that you'll take advantage of that. It's a completely free experience. Now, there are also opportunities to go deeper on there, but just check out the free experience because it's dope. And like I said, I had a great time building it. If you were a part of the Soft 6 Self-Care Challenge that took place last week, those folks were able to experience what it was like to to be on the Shift Starship, and for an event. And so that is all available to you. And like I said, if it didn't pop up in the description already for this video, I will be putting it in the comment section for you guys to try that out. It's completely free. Now, back to feeling like life is like you're too overwhelmed to heal, right? This is one of the most common things that I hear from people is they don't even know where to start. Like they don't even know what's wrong, right? Like they will sit and cry, pour tears, just sitting on a couch or just lying in the bed. Or I've had people who I have reached out to in the direct messages. They have reached out to me in direct messages, and I'm telling you, at least half of the people who I talk to about this will respond with, "I don't know. I don't know what it is." Right? I don't know what it is that's causing this unrest. I don't know what it is that's inside of me that's making me feel this way. Right? I don't know where to start. But that is the perfect place to start, because most of the time we get hung up on, I know what it is. See, it's really this. It's really this. And then we got to kind of walk that back. So we'll get into that. But if you're feeling like life is too busy for you to focus on yourself, you are not the only one. Trust me, there are plenty of us out there circulating who have felt like that before. And that constant overwhelm might seem like it's the worst time to start, right? Like you feel like you can't take no more. And starting something else or trying to unpack this might seem like it'll tip you over some edge, right? Psychologically. But what if I told you, like, what if you could just consider for 1 second that where you are right now is the perfect place to be in? So let's walk it back to why it feels impossible when you're overwhelmed. First of all, you are stuck in a loop of too much to do and too little time and no mental space, right? And thinking about the next thing that you're going to do, and taking time to think about the fact that you don't have time, right? And when you are on this particular type of hamster wheel, it feels impossible, but you spend so much time and energy trying to configure the rest of your day, right? It also feels like you have to fix everything first, right? So like, I'm gonna handle that, but first I got to get my kids together. That's one of my favorite excuses, right? Like, I'm gonna eat. I'm super hungry. As a matter of fact, I will go all day fasting, be super hungry. And then my kids will have requests of things that they want. I'm cooking for other people. And when I eat, I like to sit down and just eat my food. And I don't want to get up and I don't want to do nothing else. So I like to take care of everybody else first so I can just have my little meal, my little snack, my little whatever. I just want to just do it, right? Like before I would sit down and watch a movie, before I lay down, I want to just like check off all the boxes. Right. And that's my hamster wheel, right? Because my kids always want something. That they prove it to me every day, right? They ask for us. There's 3 of them, 6, 4, and 2. That my girls are the oldest, my 2 girls, and then my youngest is boy. And let me tell you, they always want something. They always have a request. If I'm waiting for that to not be the case, at least while they're this small, right? Like that's not gonna come, right? And so I've been there. Feeling like I have to take care of other stuff first, right? But the truth is that healing doesn't require for everything to be perfect, right? Like it just requires that you start. Right? And there is no perfect place to start from. Just like there's no perfect time to have a baby. There's no perfect time to get married. You just do that. You just close your eyes, pick a date, like you just take the condom off and see what happens this month. Like that's what it is. Right. So then too, the real reason why overwhelm is a sign to start now is that overwhelm that sensation, right? That feeling like you're about to, like you're overflowing, like everything is too intense, like you just can't do anymore, you just can't take anymore. Um, it's not actually blocking you from anything. It is a signal that's coming from your body, from your mind, and it's screaming for relief, right? It doesn't block you from doing anything, right? It is a signal for you to do something different. To add to that, avoidance feeds that cycle, right? Because just because you say to yourself, I'm not going to take care of this right now, right? Like this got to wait. Just because you say that doesn't mean that it actually goes to the back burner. It keeps creeping back up, right? The guilt of not taking care of yourself. You'll be going through your day and knocking out all the other things on your to-do list, and then it'll come back up, right? In the middle of another action. Or so like for example, if you were supposed to take 5 minutes to meditate this morning, you didn't, and this is something that you've been promising yourself you were going to do for months now, right? And so you going through your day and you thinking like, okay, I'm gonna handle this, I don't really got time for that, and you think you set it on the back burner. Well, then it's coming up every time you feel overwhelmed in your day. It's coming up as you are like getting your kids off to school or whatever. It's coming up when you find out that your kid's school is closed for the next 2 days and you were going to take some time during one of those 2 days to address those emotions that are going on deep inside of you that are causing you extra strain and strife. And so they don't go anywhere, right? Like it just feeds more energy to that desire to take care of yourself, right? To find some space for mental clarity. Now, I also want to add that when you face discomfort in small but manageable ways, right? So like it ain't necessarily the case. It doesn't have to be the case that you need to go and take a whole vacation. Like you got to go to Florida just to clear your mind. You have to go to Italy in order to take a break. You have to be away from your family at all to care for yourself. That is not, first of all, that is not a reliable, nor is it a sustainable treatment plan or self-care plan. That's not what it is, right? Like it doesn't work. It hasn't been working for you, right? Because it usually takes like planning, scheduling. It's usually far off in advance. It's usually a lot more money than what you need in order to provide regularity in the schedule for self-care, right? Like that's not what you need in order to, if it was that hard that you had to leave the country or that you had to leave the state, that you had to leave the house and go take. And I look, my sister too, she gonna be like, are you always bringing up family stuff? But she will go off and like go just like rent a hotel room and just get out. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if your whole, and I'm not saying that hers does, so don't feed into that, but that's just an example. If your entire self-care strategy relies on you being able to pick up and leave your house, that is not sustainable. And it will provide a little bit of relief, right? However, it is not going to most of the time when that's your strategy, when you got to pull your entire self out of the situation in order to get relief, what happens when you go back into that situation is you feel that overwhelm again. It's like everything that you left is meeting you again. And maybe you got so high or felt so much better during that time when you were away that it will, for a couple of days, sort of make you feel better about what's going on, right? So like it'll kind of like increase your threshold for feeling overwhelmed a little bit for a while, but it's not going to provide you sustainable relief, right? So unless it's your plan to just get away every weekend, you just take your weekends off from life. If you can do that, you got it like that, then again, you will not be addressing the root of the issue, but it will probably be, because you can do it regularly, it will probably be more beneficial for you. For folks who cannot do that, who don't have the schedule for that, or who don't want to do that, the smaller manageable ways are going to be way more impactful. And so that's what this video is all about, is how to begin when you're stuck and overwhelmed. And so the first thing is to start small, right? So and you don't need like hours and hours of free time. Like you don't need like, even though you feel like you need a nap, and maybe sometimes you do, maybe you're in a period of not really getting sleep or whatever, but you don't need hours of time in order to start. If you can't create hours in your schedule for a nap, start by creating 5 minutes, 10 minutes of intentional focus, right? During that time, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of time trying to figure out what's wrong with you. You want to spend that time relaxing everything, right? So if all you have is 5 minutes per day each day, then my recommendation is that you just lay down. It could be on the floor, it could be on a bed, it could be spread out over a couch. Spread out. Take up space for 5 minutes. Relax everything. Relax your eyebrows, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, unclench your butthole, like relax everything, uncurl your toes. Relax. That is what I recommend. If you only have 5 minutes, if you have a little bit more, you got like 10 or 15 minutes once you get up from your letting everything go physically, then you can journal. More than likely, while you are spending your time spread out, you might have some emotions come up, some thoughts come up, and that type of thing. If you want to stay there, right, and feel that for the whole 15 minutes, that will probably get you way farther than any other activity that you can do. But you can journal if you like to write as well. But it helps you to see what is really driving this stress, and it might just be your mind. So if you are laying there for 15 minutes straight and you just have thought after thought after thought, guilt after guilt, followed by task, followed by other thing that you can do, like that type of thing, if you have that going on back to back, then this is an overthinking pattern, right? And you just note that, right? Not like it's bad, I want to stop this, I can't wait till it's over, but I mean, it is what it is, right? Like this is what's happening, right? Allow space for that. Oftentimes we get so caught up in the next thing and doing the next thing and doing the next thing that we don't even allow ourselves to feel overwhelmed. We can't deal with that right now, right? Because we got the next thing to do. And that just gives more energy to the overwhelm, right? Everything that we suppress, I want you to remember this, everything that you suppress will grow in energy and feel worse. It's going to feel worse later. Okay. And then the third step, and this is more of like the icing on the cake, right? So like at bare minimum, spend 5 minutes of just doing nothing every day. I don't care what time it is. 5 minutes of just doing nothing. Okay. If you spend that 5 minutes at the end of the day, then instead of lying down, you might want to sit up, because then you're going to go to sleep before you might just go to sleep before the 5 minutes is up, especially if you are really letting go of everything. So you might want to sit up in a more like active position where you're less likely to fall asleep, so that you can actually experience it and let anything come up, right? Anything that needs to come out, up and out, is going to come up and out during this 5 minutes. Okay. And so the third thing that can help to with this is for you to like integrate small actions, take small steps every day toward feeling the things that you need to feel throughout the day, and also I can't remember. So we're just going to go with feeling the things that you need to feel throughout the day. Maybe it'll come to me by the end of the video, which we about to wrap up. But you can do small things like just deep breathing throughout the day. You can do super small things if you are like a shoulder hiker like me or a butt clencher like me. It can be small things like just being mindful of when your shoulders are raised, noting that they're raised, noting why you think that might be. You don't have to name it, but just being present with your body and the sensations that are going on, right? Boom, just watching it. That was the next thing is that I was forgetting, but just watching. The best thing that you can do is as many times during the day, if not all day, coming out of that autopilot and paying attention to what's going on around you externally, what's going on internally, how the inside is affecting the stuff on the outside, how the outside is affecting the stuff on the inside, right? Watch your own movie, right? This is your movie to see from your vantage point. What winds up happening is oftentimes we have other stuff that we are trying to watch instead, right? We're watching our thoughts. We're paying so much attention to other stuff that we're not able to take all the stuff in, right? And so this is by design, right? Like this is the stuff that's happening in front of us. This is what we are here to see. This is what we're here to experience. So taking a front seat on that and experiencing it is like legit the key, right? Like that's literally all I teach people how to do. There's just a lot of ways that that lead to that. Oftentimes a fair amount of things that you need to do as first steps to that. But some people can go straight to it. And so by all means, please do just pay attention, right? And oftentimes the first thing that we do whenever we are paying attention is bring in that critic, bring in that this is good, this is bad, I like this, I don't like that, right? And so when we are paying attention, when we are deep breathing, when we're doing a grounding practice, so anything that's this small habit, when we are taking our 5 minutes to let go physically, this is the time to not think about our thoughts, right? Don't add anything mentally to it. Don't try to take away anything mentally from it. Just let it be what it is. So, I have worked with tons of women, like I was saying before, who thought that they couldn't start healing. I've talked to even more, but they felt like they couldn't start because they were so overwhelmed, right? With their businesses, with their to-do lists, with their families. They just have so much noise going on in their daily life. But starting small, for the folks who I have worked with, starting small definitely has helped them to find clarity and the strength that they needed to break their emotional cycles. And it can work for you too. So I am just going to take legit one more minute to invite you to take the first voyage, because there are some practices in there. There are some reflective exercises in there as well that will help you along this particular journey. And I'm super excited to launch it. So again, I'm going to put the link in the chat and make sure it's in the description on all the different platforms. But you want to take that First Voyage experience. It's completely free. There are videos there that will walk you through it. I'm super excited about it. So on this wing of the Shift Starship, where we're doing the voyage, there's like the sanctuary of inner peace, where legit the whole point of the sanctuary of inner peace is for you to see how you can build your own personal connection to staying in your life and paying attention, right? It's like the beginning of coming out of autopilot, which is always awareness and presence, right? And so then next there's let me just pull it up so I don't spend so much mental energy trying to think of the names. So next is the labyrinth of connection. In the labyrinth of connection, that is where you start to think more about you start to think more about how um, you and your mood is connected to your actions and how you're relating to other people, how your relationships affect one another, and how each of the relationships affect you, right? So that's a labyrinth of connection. Then we move into the summit of awakening. In that summit is where you start to do more like deep inner work. And then the compass of intention just helps you to integrate everything and decide where you're going to go next. And so, I highly encourage you to take that experience. It will be in the comment section, and I'll see y'all next week.